You've heard it a million times, right? Let your money work for you. It sounds amazing, but what if I told you that for most of us, money is a pretty lazy employee? It demands a lot before it even starts to show up for work. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
And right here, this is the uncomfortable truth about compound interest. We talk about it like it's this magic trick that can turn pocket change into a fortune if you just wait long enough. But the reality, that magic doesn't really start happening until you've got a serious amount of money in the pot to begin with.
So let's get right to it. Why does this feel like watching paint dry? Well, that famous snowball effect that everyone loves to talk about, it doesn't really get going for years, sometimes even a decade or more. And even then, it only works if you keep piling on more snow yourself. Yeah, and there's a huge psychological piece to this. Think about it. When you invest, say, $100, and you see it grow by, $5 or $6 after a whole year, it's just not that exciting, is it? It feels completely meaningless. And honestly, that feeling is the number one reason why so many people just give up on investing altogether. Okay, to really hammer this point home, let's look at a tale of two investments. This simple comparison gets right to the heart of the problem when you're starting small. So look at this. The math is exactly the same. A 10% return is a 10% return. But the reality for these two people, it's like they're living on different planets. For one person, that $10, well, that's maybe lunch. For the other person, that $10,000 gain, that's a life-changing amount of money. It's the same rate, but a completely different world. And let's stretch this out over 10 years. That initial $1,000, it makes just over $1,000 in profit. A whole decade of waiting for that? Meanwhile, the $100,000 principal, it generates over $115,000 in pure profit without the owner lifting a finger. The difference is just, it's staggering. And this, right here, is exactly what people mean when they say, the rich get richer. It's not some big conspiracy, it's just math. Somebody with $1 million portfolio can literally earn a full-time salary from their returns alone. Meanwhile, someone starting out might make less in a year than what it costs to fill up their car with gas. Their money is already a powerful, heavy-lifting machine. So, if compound interest isn't the magic bullet in the beginning, then what is? This brings us to the real engine of building wealth, especially when you're just starting out. It all comes down to your contributions versus your returns. Listen, if you take only one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this. In your first, say, 10 to 15 years of investing, the money you save and put into your accounts is going to have a way bigger impact on your growth than whatever the market does. Your savings rate is your superpower, period. And this chart, this is the real aha moment. Just look at your 5. Almost all of your growth is coming from your own contributions, the money you're putting in. But then you fast forward to year 30, and the whole thing has completely flipped on its head. Now, the huge majority of your growth is coming from your investment returns. The snowball is finally big enough to roll on its own. All right, so now that we know this, what's the game plan? What do we do? How do you actually build that engine from scratch so that one day compounding can do the heavy lifting for you? It really boils down to a simple 3-step strategy. Number 1, forget about returns for a while and focus everything on building your principal. Your job isn't to build a mansion overnight, it's just to lay one solid brick at a time by saving like crazy. Second, you have to invest consistently. Make it a non-negotiable habit like brushing your teeth. And third, you have to be patient. You gotta know this is a marathon, not a sprint. And if you want to see the power of your contributions in action, just look at this number. So where does that come from? Well, let's say you invest $200 a month for 30 years. You might end up with around $280,000. That's fantastic. But if you can just find a way to double your contribution to $400 a month, you end up here, over $500,000. Same amount of time, same rate of return. The only thing that changed was the size of the bricks you were laying. So let's zoom out for a second. What is all of this really for? Because this isn't just about numbers on a screen or balancing a spreadsheet. There's a much, much bigger payoff at the end of all this. Because this is what you're actually buying with every single dollar you save and invest. You're buying your future time back. You're buying peace of mind so you're not stressing about every little expense. You're buying choices so you're not trapped in a job or a situation you hate. Ultimately, you're buying freedom. That's the real goal here. So yeah, the journey is slow, especially at the start. It's supposed to feel that way. But the difference is, now you know the real game isn't about waiting for some magic to happen. It's about building your own engine, brick by brick. So the only question left is, are you ready to lay that first brick?